Thank you for joining me, Susie Bauer, owner and creator of RedMatchstick.com. I am a small business and startup marketing coach. I have realized from where I've been how small businesses struggle with those first steps. Everybody expects you to go to Google, and it's not always the quickest route. I also know that not everyone's as passionate about marketing as I am, and I have learned the shortcuts, the quick way, the smart way, the hard way, and I am training and help to get people past those initial steps so that they can ignite their marketing a la Red Matchstick and get their businesses up there quicker and easier with less fuss and struggle and so on. These are the 5 essential pillars of a marketing strategy. If you get these things right, the rest kind of falls into place very simply. And very many people don't help you get these things right. Absolutely the most important thing you're going to have to get really good at. If you're off course about knowing who your audience is, I can assure you, you're going to waste a heap of time and money. Your ideal customer comes in many guises, and I hope you find this slide rather fun, and is a combination of the best qualities of all those you have or wish you had. You take the best of each of your favorite customers and put them all into one bowl, mix them up. Your ideal customer is a semi-fictional representation based on market research. These fictional characters are used to understand the needs, the values, the aspirations, abilities, limitations, and character traits of your customers for purposes of marketing better and creating a better user experience. While you're probably going to be building more than one buyer persona, my advice is you start with the most important one now for this exercise. You are going to develop some others because different people behave differently, and for different products, you're going to have different clients or different levels of product, small cost versus high cost, whatever you differentiate. You are going to need more than one ideal customer avatar or a buyer persona, as it's called. We're going to work together through why you need to know about them today, how to use them, what you need to know when you study them, and we're going to start today with where to look. You should really be totally obsessive about your ideal customer. If there's one thing to make a habit, to become absolutely ingrained in, something that's going to teach you to view your customers differently, to try and really work out what makes them tick. Remember, choices, behaviors, trends, and platforms change. It's never an ending job. So, sorry, spoiler alert, this is not a once-off task, but once you've learned to do this, I am almost 100% sure you're going to love doing it. And everything you see, hear, learn, observe about your customers in action is going to now be thought about in a different way. Any part of the marketing and sales process that touches the customer, which is pretty much everything, will improve when you are clear on who they are. Everything now integrates into the effectiveness of your marketing strategy and is dictated by the customer. When you analyze your sales potential of your product or service, you will obviously see, when you talk to your people and you work out who's buying what, you will see that taste, needs, and demands differ between your groups of customers. Different customers, members, guests want different things, and guess what? They're prepared to pay different prices. It is your job in your ideal customer study to work out what they value and what you can upsell to make more money. This in turn will help you understand where you should advertise for maximum exposure to your ideal customer, what advertisement affect your ideal customer, what verbiage, vocab, tone you should use in your marketing effort to talk to them in a way they understand and relate to. What should your story be telling? You are going to suddenly start finding things that people value that perhaps you didn't value. And you now realize that could be that unique little selling point that will make the difference between them connecting with you as opposed to your competitor. The big important thing is with online marketing is it's not a one size fits all. The internet enables easy access to information, which means consumers are now more than ever able to exercise their choice. Your job is to give them the choice. And how do you give them a choice? By knowing what they value. Our information-rich clients with higher standards of living and a trend towards individualism has meant that customers are now more than ever able to exercise their choice. All platforms in the social media space are not created equal. Different rooms have different conversations. So when you're studying these audiences, is your story you're trying to tell visual enough for those people hanging out on Instagram? Is it possible for your video idea to live within YouTube and connect with an audience there? You will only know this once you've done this work, and you can confidently devote marketing power to the few channels where you know you can stand out instead of diluting your message across many. I want to reiterate that point. This exercise is going to show you where your clients hang out, where to devote your effort, and not spread yourself too thin. The brand is no longer what we tell the customer it is. It is what the customers tell us. Lean in and listen. With this studying of the ideal customer avatar, you are going to learn to listen in to where they are telling you what matters. And by being in the right place and listening to the right conversations, you're going to be better equipped to manage your relationship with your customers. So I hope that explains exactly why you need to pay attention to this. Next, I want to talk to you about how you're going to use your ideal customer avatars. It's a two-way relationship. It's going to benefit the both of you if you do this work really well. Understanding your ideal customer better than anyone else is important for you and them. When they sense that you are talking directly to their pain, their challenge, their problem, their need to be happy, their need to have something different, to experience something different, you will get their attention. Possibly one of the most difficult tactics for beginner social media marketers to understand is it's not all about you on social media. It's about them. How what you put out there helps them feel better, feel entertained, feel helped, feel enriched. We'll talk more about the 80-20 principle when we do our content generation training. But for now, like any relationship, it starts with the looks and the first impression, i.e. the branding and the setting up of your page and discovering the opportunities where to serve better. Now that you have their attention, you will want to get to know each other well. Give them a good reason to hang around. This only occurs when you talk to each other at a point where you connect, where you interest each other, where you want to know more. How do you do that? By studying what makes them tick. What is the conversations you engage in? And one of the core concepts here that I can introduce you to is to take them from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. What are their desires and fears? And what transformation do they want? And how do you make it easier? When you know what keeps them awake at night, what is frustrating them, what they wish for, how to show them how you can take them from pain to pleasure, frustration to solution, sad to happy, there lies your opportunity. For you as a marketer on a limited budget with limited resources, an ideal customer avatar helps you target your ads much more effectively. Once you know exactly who you're talking to and what the pain points are, you're going to message that much better in your emails and your call to actions and your headlines in ads and posts and subject lines, of course. You're going to use images that you know that resonates with people. One of the most effective things you can do in getting people to connect with you is showing your ideal customer in an image. People are looking at the image and connecting with the image and imagining themselves in that place. You need to know what that ideal customer looks like, feels like, behaves like, in order to be able to use them in an ideal customer image. Collecting critical market information is going to help you over and over and over again. Tweaking your product with product development, with editing your product, changing the tactics, changing the content, changing the way you present stuff. Do you print a brochure? Do you print a CD? Do you do a video? Do you just do an audio? Whatever. Okay, and of course, marketing research of your ideal customer and your competitors' customers is a great way to fine-tune your knowledge and your intimate knowledge of your ideal customer. Okay, so we've done how to use them. Now we want to talk about what you need to know, the kind of stuff you want to lean into and find out and absolutely pinpoint to perfection. It's going to help save you so much time and money. You're going to relate that much better to your people. You're going to talk to people who are likely to buy, who like the message you have, and are therefore, I always say, if you do this effectively, your customers come to you with cash in hand ready to buy. The sales job is done because of the way you have spoken to them and built the relationship. Thankfully, so many people share all their information online, and we as marketers love that because it gives us this wealth of information to pinpoint our ideal customer. Besides knowing stuff online, you want to know what they are doing offline. This would be very difficult if you didn't go in and study them and find out where they are spending their offline time. And luckily, what? They show us on social media where they are doing this. Dig deep into interests and the way people behave to really begin to understand them. Once you know what makes your customer tick, you can find them and join in conversations about topics they value. Right, let's talk a little bit quickly about where to start finding and learning about your ideal customers. Talking to your current customers, and this is talking to them one-on-one. The next lesson, I'm also going to give you some survey tips. So in addition to talking one-on-one, you can also survey your ideal customers. And then I'm going to show you how to dig deep into competitor fans and your own fans to learn a whole lot about where to find your ideal customer and how to talk to them. I just want to elaborate on this training I've been talking to you about today and why ideal customer is important. Is because I've just been on so many courses and read so many blogs and seen so much material out there. Everywhere you go, make sure you know who your ideal customer avatar is, wherever you look. But nobody goes to the trouble of telling you how. And this is something I struggled with when I started with my business. In fact, it took me 2 years to pinpoint that because nobody told me how. So I have devised a system to explore and research the ideal customer avatar. I have called on trainings I've done and added my own little tweaks and twists to teach you where to go and learn about them and to give you a system for recording information that you can call on to help you choose the right images, the right wording, the right phrases, make the right offers at the right time, in the right place, all those good things. So I do this workshop on a Wednesday live in Johannesburg for people who want to come and sit around the table with me, and I show you how. It's no longer a case of telling you what to do, it's showing you what to do. So whether you're terrified of tech and don't know which button to press on the computer, not a great social media fan, or don't know much about marketing, but you're great on tech. All these people have a seat at my table and get that little bit of individual attention that's essential when you're stuck, that can serve to derail any small business owner. And I know that because I've been there. And we don't need that. We need you to move ahead briskly and swiftly. And that's what I want to help you do. So Wednesdays in Johannesburg, but I'm also going to offer these trainings in a Facebook group, a recording afterwards that you can also get access to if you're not in Johannesburg. So I'm going to post the list of the trainings down below. Ideal Customer Avatar is obviously one of them and one of the most important. We also give you a training on doing a mini online audit. That's very important to explore your customer's online journey. Where does it begin? Where do they go? What do they need from you at each step of that journey? Because unless you're there and you know what they're looking for, you're going to waste time and effort. So that's another one of the trainings. We do lots of Facebook tips and tricks. And have you seen, Facebook is doing lots of tweaking, lots of changes. So in my training, I will bring you as up to date as I possibly can. So any of the stuff that is going by the wayside will be left out. The new stuff you'll be shown, so you stay ahead of the pack. And we do a whole bunch of trainings. Go and look at the link down below. The weekly live workshop is 500 Rand per person. Discounted if you go into the group and watch at your own pace without the one-on-one show you how support. But of course, there you can still ask questions and in the community ask other people for help and advice and so on. So I would like to invite you to join me, come to my table, and hope you take up this offer. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside very soon. Bye-bye.